Hi, Bill Doherty here, and I want to talk about something that is not going to be a surprise to you, but it's not something we talk about a lot in the field. And that is that couples problems can start at the couple level. You know, they get into a pursuer distancer thing with each other. They argue about money. It can start at an individual level, like somebody gets a chronic illness, somebody has depression, and it can also start at the external level. Somebody's unemployment, for example, doing this in the middle of the pandemic, right? Political stress going on. So in between start, individual start, external start. So why is that important? Well, it has implications for how we work with people, because if it's an external stressor, then a logic of this can be to help people normalize the internal couple level, the systemic level, as they deal with that. And you can help them kind of mobilize against the external stressor. Okay, it doesn't mean they have a terrible flaw internally in their relationship. And so you help them mobilize against that, if you will. If it's an individual issue, somebody has a medical issue, somebody has some personal vulnerabilities, or just lots of stress in their life, though, like they're taking care of an aging parent, for example. That's sort of external, internal, isn't it? There, you want to help them create some boundaries around the problem. So if somebody is dealing with a postpartum depression, for example, they've got to work that through, the other person not being either a denier of it or too much of a caretaker. So you have to work on the boundaries that the person with the impairment has, the other being in a supportive role. And so when you're playing that out at the level in between, it's trickier than if they're both coming at it as equal co-creators of the problem, if you will. See? So a lot of our systemic stuff is, well, they're equal co-creators of the problem, they're doing the dance together, pursuer distancer, you help them readjust that. That's fine for those things. But if, in fact, somebody has some personal vulnerability that's showing up here, that has to be taken into account. And then if it's coming from the outside, then there's other things to be taken into account. So it may sound like I'm describing this as really, really complex. It's really not. People really know, okay? And you help them really ferret out what the sources of the problems are. And then they all go through, in couples therapy though, the common pathway of the couple's interaction patterns. We're not doing individual therapy with the person who has the personal stress. We're not a job coach with the person who's having employment issues, for example. We figure out how those come into play in and around us, helping them relate to each other with connection, with support, and good boundaries. And depending on the source of it all, we can help them calibrate their relationship differently and in a healthy way. So I hope this has been helpful.